Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, Maria.
Good morning, everybody. I'm very glad to welcome you all to the third edition of the New Space Economy Expo Forum. Eduardo Amaldi Foundation organized this event and plays an active part in promoting and supporting the development of space economy in Italy to exploit space investment and asset as a tool for increasing the competitiveness and the sustainability of the industrial sector and for maximizing the society's economic benefit from space applied research. As said this morning, the current edition of New Space Economy Expo Forum comes after a very special year in which the COVID confinement delivered an important lesson about the need to reinforce interaction and to foster collaboration at every level. More than ever, the space sector experienced a mindshare growth that creates a more open and inclusive framework based on innovation, contamination, and globalization. This is the so-called new space, a new parallel defining the space sector as an enabler for responding to societal challenges and really contributing to smart growth and to improved global service for a safe, resilient, and sustainable society. I think that this is the perfect environment to host a Women in Aerospace Europe initiative. And as former director of Women in Aerospace for mentoring activities, I'm very glad to be here with you all today. This initiative, indeed, is part of an overall new approach to empower society which values diversity and inclusion. New Space Economy Expo Forum hosted the Women in Aerospace Europe events since the very first edition in 2019. I would like to consider Women in Aerospace Europe and Women in Aerospace Europe members permanent supporter of New Space Economy Expo Forum, also in light with the newly signed Memorandum of Understanding between Eduardo Amaldi Foundation and Women in Aerospace Europe at the last International Astronautical Conference in Dubai last October. This Memorandum of Understanding aims to foster our collaboration in promoting an open and inclusive space sector, in supporting the young generation to be involved, and in acknowledging, of course, a brilliant women professional contribution to the evolution of space and in particular new space domain. Hosting the award and grant ceremony could become part of this path in the tradition at a New Space Economy Expo Forum, if you want. Let me conclude highlighting that I'm very proud to affirm that Eduardo Amaldi Foundation share Women in Aerospace Europe principles and has been committed since the very beginning to increase the leadership capabilities and visibilities of women in aerospace community and to guarantee fair and balanced work conditions for everybody in order to favor cross-correlation and innovation. I want to thank you for your attention, and I'm very pleased to leave the floor to my dear friend Luisella Giulicchi, the President of Women in Aerospace Europe. Again, welcome to everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, all the friends and colleagues that are participating today to the event. First of all, thank you very much, Maria Cristina, and thanks to the Amaldi Foundation for hosting us. As you said, we have a long-standing friendship and partnership between the two associations, which we renewed this year at the AIC by signing a new Memorandum of Understanding, which will foster our collaboration in the future years. We're here for a very important event, which is the recognition of young talents, and we have 3 of them here today. And this is one of the most important programs that Women in Aerospace offer to the corporate members and the individual members. And Cristina Giannopapa, Director for Professional Development, will explain a bit more, will tell us a bit more about our award and grants program. So I'll leave the floor to Cristina, and she will present the awardees and the program.
Thank you very much, Luisella. Hello, everyone from my side. It is a pleasure to present the awards and grants for 2021 in my capacity as Director for Professional Development. The awards and grants is on a yearly basis recognizing and promoting talent, as Luisella also mentioned. And in particular, the grants are aimed to encourage and support students, but also young professionals, to have the opportunity to attend workshops and conferences, in particularly to give them the opportunity for their first experience to present their papers at the international context. Now, the Student and Young Professional Award is aimed to recognize the talent of students and young professionals between the age of 21 and 35 by providing them a 1,000 euros award based on their essay. Now, all the applicants are in the awards and grants are always very highly qualified, and it's a very competitive element in our program. And the applications are always received by the Awards and Grants Committee, which is composed of high-level individuals that they know very well the field, and they're the ones that are evaluating and make a proposal to women in aerospace for the awards and grants afterwards. And this year, we are pleased to announce the winners for the awards and grants with the support of our partner, Amaldi Foundation. And so, just not to keep you waiting, the grants winner this year is Elfie Roy and Federica Angeletti. Unfortunately, Elfie has not been able to participate with us today. In terms of the awards part, the two winners is Yulia Akisheva and Sahba El-Shawa. I hope I pronounced the names correct. It's always a challenge in these events. And now I will leave the floor to each one of them to tell us about themselves, their aspirations, what also they will do with the grants and the awards that we are providing them, but also what does WIA mean particularly for them. So I'll give the floor to one of them one by one. Thank you. And congratulations.
Okay, so I guess, yeah, I will be the first one. So, hello everyone, and thank you again very much for granting me one of the 2021 grants. And I am currently a researcher at the School of Aerospace Engineering of Sapienza University of Rome. I'm part of the Space Dynamics and Control team that is supervised by Professor Gasparri. And I'm focusing on the dynamics and control for large space structures, on space robotics, and also machine learning applied to modern problems of space activities. Well, concerning the grant, I have used it to fundamentally sponsor my participation in the last International Astronautical Congress in Dubai. So the grant was really important to me to allow me to pay a bigger part of the quote I spent that yeah, so it was really something that allowed me to be there and to present my paper. And also, I'm really, really grateful to Women in Aerospace Europe for selecting me, as I had another award there. So I double acknowledge this award because that allowed me to be there to have my efforts recognized a second time, say. So thank you again. And so I would like to say now what is Women in Aerospace Europe to me. I'm part of the local group of Rome, and so I can say that it is a community of people that have in common the passion for space, but not only, because we also share values for diversity and the will to have a modern society that is more inclusive. So it is really important to me to be connected with such people that are like-minded as me, and they really value these thoughts, this aspiration for the future. and they allowed me to really grow both professionally and at personal level. So I'm really grateful also for that to Women in Aerospace Europe to provide us with such a network, with such a community. So I hope in the future to become someone who can be acknowledged such as a role model, such as the people who are part of Women in Aerospace Europe have been for me. So I would like to be more like them in the future. So thank you again to the board of directors, the grant committee, for selecting me this year. And yeah, thank you very much. I leave the floor to the next awardees. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Federica. Congratulations.
So congratulations, Federica. And my name is Yulia Akisheva. Thank you so much for having me. I am trained as an aerospace engineer, and currently I'm pursuing a PhD, a purple PhD. It stands for Protective Use of Regolith in Planetary and Lunar Exploration. So what I'm trying to do is build habitats to protect astronauts from mainly radiation exposure, also thermal insulation and micrometeoroid protection. And so I spend a lot of mental time on the moon and on Mars, looking at how regolith can be used in deep space exploration. And I would like to thank Women in Aerospace Europe for this recognition, because I think it's really important that we get this feedback, basically being on the right track. And I think it's also all about really belonging. So I identify part of my identity is being a woman in aerospace through my training, through what I do currently. And I think this recognition is very important for really reinforcing your identity and being comfortable carrying it forward. So I really thank you for this recognition. And it's also about, personally, it's also really about being part of a community. I think it's important that in this field, we have a sort of a support system, just meaning other people in the field who recognize you, who are there for you, who are there to listen when we project our voices. And a big part of that is being part of a community. And I feel like I am part of a community with WIA-Europe. And this is hugely important on a personal level. And then on a professional level, I am involved also in volunteering for gender equality and diversity in the aerospace sector. And Women in Aerospace Europe is a great partner that we've had the luck to collaborate with for 2 years now already. And we have common projects, we have a common vision, and that's huge. So partnership, collaboration, and a sense of community, these are key values that really can bring us forward a long way, I believe. And to get there, I just want to say to all the ladies watching, you sometimes have to put yourself forward so that then your voice is heard. So don't hesitate and put yourself forward for grants, for awards, for recognition, for participating in projects already, because that will teach you a lot about yourself as well when you're writing that essay or when you're reflecting on your career choices, etc. So I invite all the young generation to be part of this community, and it's a great feeling to be part of it. And so with the award, what I want to do is really deepen my knowledge in the gender studies. I want to sponsor a course on gender studies. This is not something I have training as an engineer in aerospace, but this is something I'm deeply passionate about. And I think I could use that in my work for gender equality and diversity in the aerospace sector. So I'd really like to spend the money on this. And thank you again so much.
Thank you, Yulia. Thank you, and congratulations. So let's go to the next recipient.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sahba El-Shawa. I'm a Jordanian Canadian, originally from Palestine, and I first became a member of Women in Aerospace Europe when I was doing my master's at the International Space University. So my background is in engineering and interdisciplinary space studies. I continued being a member as I began working as a system AIT engineer at a space company in the Netherlands. And I'm now pursuing my PhD in sustainable development and climate change in Italy. So the focus of my essay really was my long journey to get to the space industry. I faced a lot of roadblocks along the way related to my location, my nationality, my gender, and just things that were outside of my control. And I think that made me, it gave me this drive to try to ensure that other people aren't in the same situation as much as possible. And I've attempted to do this initially through starting space design competitions, first in Canada, and then Europe, Jordan, and Palestine. And I'm also one of the co-leads for the Ethics and Human Rights Group and the Space Generation Advisory Council. And I volunteer with the Moon Village Association under the Participation of Emerging Space Countries program. So as you can see, I try to get a lot of different perspectives and people involved in the space industry. Last year, I founded the Jordan Space Research Initiative with the goal of bridging sustainable development with space R&D to contribute to better life on Earth and also beyond, on the moon, and as we go to Mars and explore further. I think this is very important, especially in framing it for emerging space countries, which don't necessarily have the resources to explore space just for the sake of exploring space. And I'm very grateful to Women in Aerospace Europe for this award. I used the funds to attend the International Astronautical Congress, as Federica as well, in Dubai a few months ago. And there I presented 2 papers, one about my work at the European Space Agency with the Clean Space Office, focusing on space sustainability and taking a comprehensive approach to sustainability. And the second was about my work with the Jordan Space Research Initiative and how lunar exploration can also have societal benefits, so for life on Earth as well. And this really allowed me to not only form new connections, but also work towards furthering these goals of helping guide the space industry to become more inclusive and more ethical. And I believe that Women in Aerospace as an organization is also very important for this goal, not only for providing visibility to different minorities and people who aren't necessarily very visible in the male-dominated field that we are in, but also having a community of women. I know actually a lot of people who also applied for this award, very amazing, inspiring women. So I'm really honored to be one of the recipients. And I thank you again for this award and congratulations to the other recipients.
Thank you very much, Sahba, and congratulations to you all. All the best for the future. It's such a refreshing and inspiring thing. Listen to you today. I think your future will be brilliant for all of you. And yes, we receive a lot of application for our awards, and we keep promoting the award program. We are really keen on supporting the younger generations. With this, I would leave the floor to Maria Cristina for the final remark. Thank you again to the Fondazione Amaldi. Really, really a great partner, and I'm sure in the future we will do even more.
Thank you, Luisella. Just to congratulate again all the winners, both the grant winners and the award winners. You look very motivated and very committed in going on in contributing to space sector, and this is the best thanks for us, I think, because it's exactly what, as Luisella said, what we expect to listen from you. And I join Luisella in wishing you all the best for your career, for our career altogether. And I thank all the participants and the WIA member, me too. I am a WIA member, so I am part of the group of Rome. Of course, I am in the big group of Rome Women in Aerospace Europe. And thank you very much again. enjoy the conference. I hope I noticed that some subjects that you work on are really close to the program of the conference. So I hope you can enjoy the conference in the discussion, and see you soon on the job, probably. Thank you very much again, and have a nice day. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye.